I'm Corbett Wall with DVAuction, here with your feeder flash for Friday, September the 6th, brought to you in part by To Leave by Norbrook. Unbreakable news, this affordable alternative to Draxxin puts proven efficacy in exclusively plastic packaging so you don't have near as much risk of product loss. For more information, go to norbrook.com. Also, Unionville Livestock Market and Creston Livestock Markets in north central Missouri and south central Iowa there. Creston has a regular sale here today on Friday, September the 6th. They've got all classes selling here today on Friday. Another regular all classes sale on Friday, September the 20th. If you've got cattle to consign, you're interested in what they have on offer, get a hold of Cody Fry there at Creston Livestock Market in Creston, Iowa. Unionville Livestock Market, Kurt Sporleader and Heather, his wife there, run that, and get a hold of them if you're interested in consigning some cattle. They've got a special calf and yearling sale coming up this Tuesday, September the 10th, starting at 10:30 in the morning. They've got several loads of fancy cattle already consigned, so check those out too. Anthrax scare, and that was fairly well advertised, and it kind of struck Chicago, caused the board to be down big on Thursday. Anthrax sounds scary. It is scary. It's a very rare disease. They found it in a dead moose in the Elk Mountain area of Wyoming. The last case, confirmed case in wildlife they'd seen was in 1956. So you want to be kind of careful about that on your wildlife. And they did also find it in some nearby cattle herds there, and haven't seen it in cattle confirmed since the 1970s. But it is treatable with vaccinations and antibiotics to treat there. It appears that the brand inspectors have this contained because luckily all the cattle had EID tags in them. No, they didn't have any EID tags in them. The cattle were all branded, and the brand inspectors, they track the movement of cattle, and so they know if the cattle have been near or mixed with any other cattle. But they've got the cases contained right there. Branding is the best way to ID cattle. I grew up in a brand state. Most of your western states are all brand states, and it's a good way to ID cattle to prevent theft. If you've got cattle out on big leases from public lands, it's a good way to sort those cattle out. And the brand inspectors do an excellent job of tracking the movement of cattle and making sure that the cattle get branded in a timely manner there. And you know, if we did more of that, perhaps we wouldn't have to be looking at this mandatory EID thing that's coming down the line for us. But I think the anthrax deal is going to blow over, but the hell of it is. We had a big down day on Thursday, caused fat cattle to be puked. They've sold cattle already, just a few early sales, but they're sharply lower than last week already. And we've been losing ground on your fat cattle trade here like crazy the last few weeks. You want to get a hold of Livestock Risk Services to try to prevent yourself from suffering such a downturn in the market, guys. We've still got some fairly impressive out front futures, especially on your backgrounded turnout type cattle there. Get a hold of them. Dakota Moss in Oklahoma City at the Oklahoma National Stockyards Exchange building there. They are your LRP specialists. Get a hold of Dakota or one of his agents here that you feel comfortable with, and find out what it's going to cost, where your protection lies, and just everything that goes on, what the government will kick in and help you on that. Find it all out at livestockriskservices.com. We're getting ready for the Ranchers for Trump rally and roping. Going to be in Fallon, Nevada, coming up September 27th through the 29th. This is going to be a big event, guys. Nevada is a battleground state, and we've definitely got to help Trump win Nevada. It could be very integral in the election, guys. and especially you sale barn owners, guys that know what's going on here. Help us out there. Call Nevada Livestock Marketing about sponsorship of the roping. They're going to have muley roping there. They're going to have breakaway roping. They're going to have a branding event there. But call them about sponsoring some of that, or maybe just donations to give during the rally. If you live out west there, you're considering sending some cattle in to donate to the Trump rally. If you're sending some big strings in there, we'll sell them on Friday at the special feeder cattle auction. If you want to donate a head or two or whatever to the Trump rally, they'll just average them off. But if you got just a few head of cattle and you wanted to donate them to the Trump rally, we will sell them on the evening of September 28th for the Trump sale. Talk about your CME board there on Thursday, October live cattle futures down 197 at 177 and a quarter. Gosh dang, that doesn't sound nearly as good as what we had just a couple of months ago, guys. But December live cattle down 217 at 176.72. Your back months were all down from $1.07 to 217 lower. Feeder cattle, September contracts down 250 at 237.12. October down 287 at 234.57. And your back months were all down big from 295 to 355 lower on your feeder cattle, guys. A lot of that had to do with the anthrax scare. Let's talk about your grains. How about December corn down 2 cents a bushel at 410 3/4. November beans up 2 cents at 1023 1/2. Hard red winter wheat for December down 4 1/4 cents a bushel at 588 3/4. Your fat cattle trade, and I told you about how much lower it was. It's very disappointing that we traded cattle that much lower already, and we haven't traded the bulk of sales. I'm not sure if the market is set, but it's getting towards that, guys, and it's a lot lower. Iowa sold 2,000 head on Thursday before 2 o'clock. They've only sold just a few more than that for the week. Live sales in Iowa from 180 to 183. That's $2 to $3 lower than last week, guys. Dress sales from 286 to 288. That's $2 to $5 lower. Nebraska sold 900 head on Thursday. That's all they've sold all week. Live prices from 180 to 181 is all, and dress price at 288. Kansas sold 2,300 head. They've sold 3,600 head for the week. And the prices range from 179 to 181. It was mostly all 181. There was 130 head that sold at 179. Somebody puked some cattle earlier in the week at 180, which kind of spurred this lower price on direct trade of fat cattle. Texas sold 3,400 head on Thursday, all at 181, and that Southern Plains 181 is $2 lower than last week. Did have a fat cattle auction in Kelowna, Iowa. They had 675 head of slaughter cattle there. Conventional fat cattle there sold from $190 to $200.50. I think I'd take mine to Kelowna. I mean, that's $10 to $15, $20 higher than what they're getting on a direct basis there. But still, that conventional trade there in Kelowna, Iowa is 1 1/4 to 150 lower than a week ago. Box beef cutout values were lower, not much on the choice, just down 9 cents Thursday afternoon at 311.51. Selects down 261 at 296.78. Your slaughter, hard to measure because we had the Labor Day on Monday, but 376,000 up through Thursday there with no kill on Monday. That's still 11,000 less than the same holiday week a year ago. Talk about what else is going on. Green River posts since 1987. They're pressure treated southern yellow pine posts for fence building with a 25-year decay warranty. They will deliver these posts anywhere in the United States, and the first 200 miles is free. For more information, go to greenriverpost.com. Let's talk about your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on DVAuction, based on an 800-pound cash auction steer up through your middle 12 states. Late on Thursday, sitting at $244.47. That was up 30 cents from the end of business on Wednesday. So even though your prices were lower on your cash trade on Thursday, we dropped the week ago day, and it was lower. So still as a whole, your 7-day moving average is 30 cents higher there. Don't forget, Joplin Regional Stockyards on Monday is going to have a huge sale. 10 to 11,000 head expected. They're going to have at least 75 loads of yearlings, and a lot of them coming in big strings. I mean, like 350, 400 head strings and bigger. If you guys want some long strings of yearlings, check out Joplin Regional Stockyards on Monday. If you can't get there, get on DVAuction.com. Your big sales on Thursday. Winter livestock in Pratt, Kansas at 2,100 head. Market was lower, just like it's been pretty much all week. Steers were $4 to $7 lower. Heifers sold steady to $2 lower. Biggest quote that I saw in Pratt, Kansas was 100 steers weighed 916 pounds at $237.50. Several individual quotes from all over the country to give you. How about one we've never talked about before? A DV auction broadcaster at Intermountain Livestock Exchange in La Grande, Oregon. They had 57 black steers weighed 654 pounds, bring 268 way out west there in Oregon, guys. How about Western Oklahoma? Woodward Livestock Auction there in Woodward, Oklahoma sold 64 steers weighed 865 at $238.50. Market's lower, but it's still pretty decent, guys. Farmers and Ranchers Livestock in Salina, Kansas sold 61 steers on Thursday, weighed 910 pounds, bring $240. I want to tell you about a quote from an in-house video that happened on Wednesday. Now, I realize the market was better on Wednesday than it was on Thursday, but they haven't had very many in-house videos at Tri-County Stockyards in Motley, Minnesota. But they did have one on Wednesday, and man, they're going to have a lot more of them, I can tell already. They had 85 red Angus steers to deliver on October the 26th. Those steers weigh 640 pounds and bring $300.50. Wow. The sisters, there was 85 of them also to weigh 625 pounds on October the 26th, bring $285.50. Congratulations to Tri-County Stockyards there in Motley, Minnesota for offering more ways to market your cattle up there in the upper Midwest, and those big prices being paid by farmer feeders there that got cheap corn, a lot of it stored in in-house storage there or on the farm storage, and a bumper crop in the field, guys. Some more individual quotes that happened on Thursday. Bluegrass Stockyard South in Stanford, Kentucky sold 69 steers, weighed 729 pounds through the ring at $256.75. Very impressive for that far east, guys. But the most impressive quote that I saw anywhere on Thursday, your Macrocin, no BS, top quote for the day, come out of New Cambria Livestock Auction, DV auction broadcaster there in Missouri. They sell 82 steers, weigh 618 pounds, bring $293.25. And that's your feeder flash for Friday.